Welcome to day 5 of our Clearing the Matrix, Eliminating Interference and Manipulation. And just before we got this started, I ended up shutting my computer off accidentally. I think that was me or something else. I have to laugh. I just have to laugh. So if you have anything in the chat, let me just check that. Robin, do we have anything in chat by chance?
Not yet.
Okay. So questions about yesterday, anything that we've done this week, how's everybody doing? You can raise your hand. You can go to participants and raise your hand if you would like. If you would like to talk, I would love to hear from you, your experiences. I've gotten a couple of emails. I got one from Enid last night. I want to thank you all for the emails that you've sent and your amazing testimonials. Okay, looks like we have a hand raised. Robert, did you raise your hand?
I did know.
Yeah, you did not?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay. Yes.
It didn't say I was unmuted, and then it knows, oh, it does say unmuted.
Yeah.
For me, it was mostly about at night. I woke up several times from dreams that I felt like I was coming out of a battle.
Oh, interesting.
And my wife said I was making noises of alien sounds.
That's fascinating. So here's the question. How many of us are actually being interfered with during our sleep when we're not even aware of it? And we're going to work on that tonight or today. So yeah, huge. So thank you, Robert. And your thoughts about this?
Well, I know I've been going through a lot of battles for the last year. Some I could see consciously, others I just know because I wake up in a sweat. And I know it's all moving forward in a good way because I keep seeing, for lack of a better name, the sword of Michael in front of me.
Yeah. Okay.
A flaming sword like Michael the Archangel would hold.
Got it. Actually, I did know that, but thank you for clarifying for everybody else. Yeah, awesome. Okay, so I'm going to mute you again. Robin, do we have stuff in the chat?
Yeah, there are a couple of comments.
Okay.
Connie says there's a lot of brain rewiring going on with our heads, so-called brain farts are common now.
And that can happen. So let's just start putting let's just kind of drop into our authentic symbiotic biological bodies and the authentic symbiotic biological planet. And let's create that separate containment field, that pile, that big blue cosmic dumpster, so we can start putting everything in here. So what are all of the ways that what is everything unseeable, unspeakable, unknowable, untouchable, undetectable, all the consciousness, subconsciousness, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog, misinformation, disinformation, Wernicke's commands, all the booby traps, time bombs, what is everything hidden, hiding, buried, covered up, masquerading, disguised, left behind, forgotten, ignored, or denied, everything that looks really good but really isn't, that is messing with us in our sleep, that is causing brain fog and those, how did she say it? Brain farts.
And brain sludge, according to Robert.
Yeah, brain sludge, all of that, you got to search for stuff. And the other thing that a colleague of mine brought up yesterday afterwards, because we were talking about interference, which was interesting. So what are all of the ways that, and what are all of the vows and contracts, commitments, agreements, addictions, alignments, alliances, loyalties, oaths, promises, covenants, vengeance and vendettas, secrets, magics, dark and black secrets, dark and black magics, and all the ancestral lineage agreements that we're still holding and running that are allowing this interference, that are creating, oh, you guys, that's huge, huge, that are creating these allowances to be interfered with. And let's seek, find, gather, and bind all of that. Everything from behind us. Whoa, keep going back. They're all the lineages, all the ways that they were being interfered with that they did not recognize or know because they didn't know. Holy mackerel. Everything underneath us, all the way down, 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 down. Everything to the left and everything to the right. Holy crap. Everything above us. Everything out in front of us. Everything inside, outside, right side up, upside down, everything inverted and uninverted, all the remainder and everything in between. Let's give permission. I choose to destroy and uncreate this. What about you? Yes, I choose that. Clear, transform, flash burn, purify, and sterilize all of that now. Back to and through each of its source and or sources, and then purify the source and or sources. So none of this ever existed to begin with. Wow. We're going to work a little bit more on these ancestral lineage agreements. And is this Trinity that said, I told my guides not to bother me except during normal business hours? What if, just giving this some thought, what if those guides are really interference? Because as an infinite being, you have access to far more knowledge, wisdom, understanding than any of your guides do. Because you are that infinite being. You are the creator of all that is and beyond. So everything that just brought up for everybody, because in this new age, spiritual, whatever you want to call it, community, we've been taught that our guides have way more information. And actually, let's do something real quick. Bring up the screen, bring up this inner screen. And I want you to bring up your guides onto that screen. And just freeze lock them right there. And in the meantime, everywhere, drop into your body, that authentic, symbiotic, biological body. Connect with that authentic, symbiotic, biological planet. And begin to expand bigger than the planet. Whew, good. Now expand out bigger than the universe, bigger than the solar system. Everything behind, up above, down below, to the left, to the right, out in front of you, anything in the way of that, let's send it into that big blue cosmic dumpster. And then expand exponentially out throughout the universe. Whoa, there you go. And again, anything that isn't authentically you, your infinite, expansive, absolute creator being, send it into the pile. I feel way more interference today, which is really interesting. So let's just seek, find, gather, and bind everything that is in the way of our expansion, everything behind us, everything above us, everything below us, everything out in front of us, everything to the left and to the right. Send it into that containment field, out into the pile, out into that big blue cosmic dumpster. And I release all of the vows, contracts, commitments, agreements, addictions, alignments, alliances, loyalties, oaths, promises, covenants, vengeances, vendettas, secrets, magics, dark and black secrets, dark and black magics. Oh, everything that we've taken consciously, subconsciously, unconsciously, anti-consciously, under manipulation, trickery, or deceit. Whoa, out of a sense of doing the right thing, out of a sense of just not even knowing better. There we go. Everything like that in all languages, all the ways that we have connected to all of the entities, demonics, creatures, coalition, federation, and amalgamation, aliens, reptilians, insectoids, hybrids, all of the parasitics, the beings, doings, havings, gods, demigods, archons, light and dark force angels, light and dark force beings, everything like that in all languages, all of their clients, customers, shareholders, corporations, partnerships, companies, boards of directors. Whoa. All of their entrepreneurialships. There we go. Holy mackerel. All the officers, they're gentlemen and women, all of their networks, hives, civilizations, universes, and everyone and everything that they know, and out, everyone and everything that they know, and everyone and everything that they know, everything that is not authentically, symbiotically, biologically, infinitely you, put it in the containment field. Let's pre-tag, pre-encapsulate all of this, trace, track, scan them, ID them all, freeze, tap down. And what is everything that we said and that we agreed we would do for them? Everything they said and agreed they would do for us and for the planet reciprocally, what we said that we would do. There we go. Yeah. What was everything that was the benefit or value of having them? Everything that was not the benefit or value of having them. Holy mackerel. And where were we, the infinite beings, at their creation, assembly, gilding, sourcing, inception, insertion, modification, copying, cloning, and any other event? Again, pre-tag, pre-scan, pre-encapsulate, at all of those points. Invert or uninvert to your local benefit. And then let's clear, transform, flash burn, purify, and sterilize all of these now back to and through each of their source and or sources, purifying the source and or sources so they never existed ever. And retract, rescind, revoke, recant, renounce, denounce, destroy, and uncreate, retroactively make null and void all of these vows and contracts that we have made for any reason whatsoever to have all of these energies in our fields. Do you choose to destroy and uncreate all of that now? Yes, I choose that. Clear, transform, flash burn, purify, and sterilize all of this now. Back to and through each of its source and or sources, and then purify the source and or sources so none of it existed to begin with. And so what are all of the alliances, diplomatic relations, the binds, double binds, triple binds, quadruple binds, binds to infinity and back? What are all of the installs, auto installs, auto reinstalls, all the backups, auto re-backups, all the copies, auto recopies, all the systems, technologies, nanotechnologies, picotechnologies, all the dark, black, and meta technologies, all the signatories here across all realms, fractures, relationships, timelines, universes, planets, simulations, AI, and virtual reality worlds, everything detected, undetected, seen, unseen, known, and unknown. Whoa! Holy mackerel. And what are all of the, well, where is this? Hang on. What are all the decisions, judgments, computations, conclusions that you've come to about what it is or what it has been to have these beings in your field? Holy shit. Holy mackerel, that's huge. Put it all in the pile. Everything from behind you, up above you, underneath you, to the left, to the right, out in front, everything inside, outside, right side, up, upside down, everything inverted and uninverted, and everything in between. Out, and say, body not you, body not yours, body not you, body not yours, planet not you, planet not yours, body, it never was you and it never was yours. Send it out, send it out. Just feels like we actually need a big bulldozer or one of those huge earth movers. Just send it all into that field. It's just like piles and mountain ranges of garbage that we and our ancestral lineages have taken, that we're still holding on to. Holy mackerel. And what are all the projections, expectations, rejections, all the separations, all the forms, structures, and significance that are associated with all of these agreements, everything that we've agreed and aligned to? Holy mackerel. And what is everything that we have aligned and agreed with? Or aligning and agreeing with, everything resisting and reacting to. And we're doing this for our lineages as well right now. So as a, what's the right word, Robin? Proxy, as proxy for all of our generations. Everything that we are also defending for and defending against, everything that we're righteous for and righteous against, This makes me want to kind of throw up. What was the benefit or value? What was not the benefit or value? And again, everything, all of the unknowable, unspeakable, unseeable, untouchable, undetectable, all the consciousness, subconsciousness, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog, misinformation, disinformation, cloaking, all of the Wernicke's commands, booby traps, all the covert, unseen, unacknowledged, undisclosed energies here. And what is everything that we decided this meant that it really doesn't? Holy shit. Put all of that in the field. Holy cow. And everything that it doesn't mean that we decided that it does. Holy cow, you guys. Let's just clear. This is cool. I'm glad we're getting this cleaned up a little bit. Let's clear, transform, flash burn, purify, and sterilize this now. Do you choose to destroy and uncreate all of this now? Yes, I choose that. Clear, transform, flash burn, purify, and sterilize back to and through each of its source and or sources, purifying the source and or sources so it never existed ever. And just say out, out, out. And you're banishing this from every aspect of who you are, out through the universe, out through the infinite realms, out through the multiverse and out through the infinite realms. There you go. And now expand your energy fields, be in this physical, biological, symbiotic body and on this planet. And now expand out. There we go. Expand out, expand, expand, expand out through the universe, out through the multiverse. There we go. Out through beyond the verse. And now expand out again into the infinite realms. And now everything that is left in that containment field, do you choose to destroy and uncreate all of this now? Yes, I choose that. So let's clear, transform, flash burn, purify, and sterilize all of this from our bodies, our energy bodies, our soul, our entire being, throughout all of our systems, our ego and its systems, our mitochondria, all of their generations and all of their systems, throughout all of our generations and their systems, throughout our proteins, environments, associations, and entanglements, throughout our personal and the collective consciousness, subconsciousness, and unconsciousness, throughout all personal, planetary, and universal core operating systems, throughout all of our DNAs, our RNAs, our chromosomes, our genes, our trailers, throughout all of our lineages, backwards and forwards and backwards, throughout all time, all eternity, throughout all time streams. Whoa. And especially disconnecting and clearing all the synthetic realities, timelines, and artificial intelligence and virtual reality worlds that we've gotten connected back into. Do you choose to destroy and uncreate all of this? I choose this now. Rescind, revoke, recant, renounce, denounce, destroy, uncreate, retroactively making it all null and void. Clear, transform, flash burn, purify, and sterilize it all now, back to and through each of its source and or sources, and then purifying the source and or sources so none of it existed ever. Okay, I feel a little clearer now. What about you guys? Robin, it looks like we have a few messages.
We do, and there's a few themes. One is things that it seems like people would like to get clearings around.
Okay.
And one of them is entitlements, like families and creditors. Another one is, can we please throw in anything that may be exacerbating ascension symptoms, or symptoms that aren't ascension but are appearing to be?
So I have...
And there are some more, but if you want to comment now, I'll pause.
Yeah, I actually have a thought about that whole ascension concept paradigm. Drop into your bodies and ask your body truth. How much of what we have been told or what you know about ascension is correct? And receive. Put your hand on your heart and receive the information. For me, I'm getting less than 5%. What are y'all getting? Robin, what's your thought, feeling, experience?
I didn't test. Teresa wrote 5%.
Yeah. 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 So, yeah, very little. Very, very little. So everything that we've decided that ascension means that it actually doesn't mean, and everything that we've decided that it doesn't mean that it actually does. Can you feel how icky that is? Do you choose to destroy and uncreate all of that? I choose that. Clear, transform, flash burn, purify, and sterilize all of that garbage now back to and through each of its source and or sources, purifying the source and or sources so it never existed to begin with. And what are all of the artificial intelligence, all the virtual reality worlds, all the synthetic reality timelines and frequencies that we get plugged into when we plug into ascension and receive that information? Oh, that just makes me want to throw up. Sorry, I'm having a major physical reaction here. Yeah, send all that into the field. Holy mackerel. Do you choose to, let's rescind, retract, recant, renounce, denounce, destroy, uncreate, retroactively make null and void all of those connections, all of the entities, demonics, creatures, coalitions, federation, amalgamation, aliens, reptilians, all the insectoids, all the hybrids, all the beings, doings, havings, gods, demigods, semi-gods, archons, light and dark force angels, light and dark force beings, everyone and everything associated with them, all their networks, hive civilizations, realities, clients, stockholders, customers, shareholders, everything like that in all languages. Whoa, clear. And do you choose to destroy and uncreate all of that? Yes, I do. And let's take that down. I love how Jaden does this. Let's shrink all of this garbage down to less than nothing. And then clear, transform, flash burn, purify, and sterilize all of that now back to and through each of its source and or sources, and purify the source and or sources so none of it existed ever. Whoa. And so here's my other, we started to put something up on the screen. So everything, so I want you to pull up all of your guides and all of the beings that you have thought were helper beings. And just put them all up, you know, all the quote angels, or what you think are angels. And let's be clear, I do believe that there is a higher consciousness. I do believe that there is a source, but we have been, and I believe that we've also, and this is my interesting point of view, I believe that we have been so manipulated and so interfered with that we are choosing to kind of connect in at this level when we should be connecting in at this level. So bring everything up on the screen, all of your guides, all your angels, and freeze tap, just freeze them right there so nothing gets away. And then look at them and look at that light that they appear to be projecting. And they are. And now look underneath and look at what's actually underneath and or behind. Can you see that shadow? Can you see that darkness? What's everything unseeable, unspeakable, unknowable, untouchable, undetectable, all the consciousness, subconsciousness, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog, misinformation, disinformation, cloaking, everything hidden, hiding, buried, covered up, masquerading, disguised, left behind, looks good, but really, really isn't. I choose to, do you choose to destroy and uncreate all of that? I choose that. Clear, transform, flash burn, purify and sterilize it all back to and through each of its source and our sources, and then purify the source and our sources. And so as you have these energies up on your screen, what are you actually seeing? Yeah. Trinity's, yeah. So let's clear these beings. Anything that is not your infinite being, and you can purge your guides with light all the time that you want, Trinity. But, and if you, how do I want to say this? And you can choose this point of view. You can continue to choose to work with guides if you want. And again, this is my interesting point of view. Don't take everything that I say as gospel fact, because, you know, I have been wrong. But clear back in 2001 or 2 when I was good. Robert, all the guides left are you. Good. Even back in the early 2000s when I was teaching spiritual response therapy, Robert Detzler, who is the founder and has since transitioned, said any guides that come in need to be released because they are artificial. They're false light. They don't have high enough frequency because you are the source of all information. So even back then he was talking about this, but he wasn't going nearly far enough, I don't think. And I wasn't willing to go far enough either. So anywhere that those guides are not bigger, smarter, brighter, you, let's choose to destroy and uncreate all of that. Do you choose to destroy and uncreate that? I do. Clear, transform, flash burn, purify, and sterilize. Send these guides into that containment field and send them out of your universe, out of your realm, out of your jurisdiction, because you deserve better. You all deserve better. Robert says, all the guides left are me. The ones that are left look like snakes and octopus, looking dark flows, looking like dark flows of energy. Yeah, sometimes they are. Sometimes they're just seductive. And they're really brilliant at cloaking themselves in what looks like light. And because we've been taught, like I said, to kind of connect in under here and think that they're above us, we don't see the truth of who we are. So anyway, play with that a little bit, you know, kind of trust your instincts, look and see what you think. And yeah, anyway. So what else, Robin? Where were we? Where did I leave off? Uh-oh.
Joe's been, I need to unmute before I can talk and be heard anyway. Joe's been working on extricating himself from contracts and permissions that have basically grown into his DNA from so many lifetimes.
Brilliant.
It's hard to know what's his and what isn't. And
so anything so what are all the binds, double binds, triple binds, quadruple binds, binds to infinity and back, whether they are ours, are our past, present, future, simultaneous, parallel lifetimes, and or all of our generations, and how they may have gotten entangled into our DNA, RNAs, chromosomes, and genes. What I have found working with so many people is the level of interference that has happened because of vows, contracts, and covenants to religious organizations, and all of the rituals from like Masonic work. Again, it's and some of it's very satanic. So what are all the vows, contracts, commitments, agreements, addictions, alignments, alliances, loyalties, oaths, promises, covenants, vengeances, vendettas, secrets, magics, dark and black secrets, dark and black magics, all the alliances, loyalties, diplomatic relations, all the binds, double binds, triple binds, quadruple binds, binds beyond binds to infinity and back. What is everything that was installed, auto-installed, auto-reinstalled, all of the backups and copies, auto backups and copies, auto re-backups and copies, all of the systems associated with this. What are all the curses? Whoa. What are all the curses associated with these lifetimes and all of our generational vows that they did not realize they were taking? Holy mackerel. What are all the technologies, nanotechnologies, picotechnologies, dark and black meta technologies, all of them, again, all the magics, dark and black secrets, dark and black magics. Actually, all of the magics and signatories here across all realms, fractures, relationships, timelines, universes, planets, AI and VI simulations and virtual reality worlds. What is everything unknowable, unseeable, unspeakable, untouchable, undetectable? All the consciousness, subconsciousness, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, energy fog, misinformation, disinformation, cloaking, warning keys, commands, booby traps, time bombs, everything covert, unseen, unacknowledged, and all of the undisclosed frequencies and energies here. All of the, especially all of the alien force energies. I'm really feeling all of these alien force energies and satanic frequencies that, wow, are intertwined and entwined and intertwangled. There we go. Entwined and intertangled. I could do this. Seek, find, gather, and bind all of those. Put them in the pile. Everything behind you, up above you, below you, to the left, to the right. Expand, 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 expand. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. 360 degrees. Grab it all, everything out in front of you, everything inside, outside, right side up, upside down, and everything in between. Send it all in the pile. Wow. And then clear. Do you choose to rescind, retract, recant, renounce, denounce, destroy, uncreate all of this now? Retroactively making it all null and void? Yes, I choose that. Clear, transform, flash burn, purify, and sterilize all of that now, back to and through each of its source and or sources, and then purify the source and or sources. So none of this ever existed, ever. And so what if, going back, I want to loop back to the ascension stuff. What if all of those ascensions, quote, symptoms are really you being gotten messed with? All that interference and everything that is, let's send that on the pile. Out, 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 banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish. What if it's your body going, ah, there's something here? Because we have been taught that our bodies are something to overcome, that they don't have their own innate intelligence, and that they're ultimately mechanistic and stupid. And that's not the truth. So let's just clear all of that. Do you choose to destroy and uncreate all of that? I choose that. Clear, transform, flash burn, purify, and sterilize that now, back to and through each of its source and or sources, purifying the source and or sources so they've never existed ever. Robert, excuse me, Joe, do you want to tell me if that feels like it has gotten to what you need? And Robin, what else have we got?
Oh, yeah, Joel, I think probably need to type in. He couldn't speak the other night, no microphone. Right. So Santa had a comment and also a question.
Sure.
She commented that the issue with the vows, entitlements, etc., is that they're never satisfied or considered complete. They just perpetuate from lifetime to lifetime. So this is fabulous clearing work we're doing.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And what are all of those entitlements? Ugh, wow. Can you feel all those entitlements? Holy mackerel. Everything that those entitlements actually are, put them in the field. And what have we decided? What are all the decisions, judgments, computations, calculations? Whoa. Projections, rejections. Holy mackerel. Expectations, separations. What are all the form structures and significances here around entitlements? Holy crap. What's everything we're aligning and agreeing with, resisting and reacting to? And what's everything that was the benefit or value? Everything that was not the benefit or value? Everything that we're defending for and everything that we're defending against? And what is everything that we decided and or our generations have decided that all of these entitlements mean that they don't? Good catch, Santa. Thank you. And everything that we decided that they don't mean that they actually do. Holy mackerel. Ooh, and here's another one. What is everything that our body has decided that all of this means that's different than what our being knows to, so where does the body and the being have a split polarity or a split perception? Ugh. All that is, let's send that into the field. Holy mackerel. Do you choose to destroy and uncreate all of that? I know I do. Rescind, recant, renounce, denounce, destroy, uncreate, retroactively make all of this null and void. And let's just clear, transform, flash burn, purify, and sterilize all of this now back to and through each of its source and or sources. And what are all of the oaths, vows, commitments, communities, fealties, swearings, promises, agreements, contracts, all the entry and exit agreements, all the re-entry agreements, all the divine, golden, million, billion, trillion, infinite year agreements, all the safety clauses and protection clauses? What are all the lineage agreements, claims, and entitlements? Holy mackerel. And again, all of those secured agreements. Do you choose to destroy and uncreate all of those? I know I do. I choose that. Let's rescind, revoke, recant, renounce, denounce, destroy, uncreate, retroactively making all of that null and void. Banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish, out, 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 and let's clear, transform, flash burn, purify, and sterilize now back to and through each of its source and our sources, purifying the source and our sources. So none of this and none of them ever existed ever. Okay, that might be a lot. Everybody, you need water, really. Okay, looks like we've got some new.
And Santa's question was, what about archives? We don't look into those?
Dang it, you're on point today, girlfriend. Thank you. So, so what are all of the, what is everything that's archived? Wow. What is everything in all archivals? So this is interesting. So look at all of the agreements that are made, and then kind of look like they're on a big piece of paper, and then turn them, or in a file cabinet, and then turn them 90 degrees and look at how there are even more files. It's like all of these storage containments. Let's seek, find, gather, and bind everywhere that the storage containments are, all the archives, all of the I'm having trouble with the words. Think brain, because I'm in the middle of this clearing. Robin, what are they called? There's a word for it. Akashic records. Everything in the Akashic records. And all of those files and storage systems. And again, all the backups and copies of copies, everything that has been held for future use. Wow. And again, what are all of the entities, demonics, creatures, coalitions, federation, amalgamation, aliens, reptilians, insectoids, hybrids, beings, doings, havings, gods, demigods, archons, light and dark force angels, light and dark force beings, all of our vows and contracts that we have taken with them, everything that we said and agreed we would do for them, everything they said and agreed they would do for us and the planet, what was the benefit or value, what was not the benefit or value. Guys, this is huge. I love this. Look at what we're creating together. I love this. And what is everything that we are defending for and defending against? Everything we're agreeing and aligning with, resisting and reacting to. Everything that we are righteous for and righteous against. Do you choose to destroy and uncreate all of that? I do. Let's clear, transform, flash burn, purify, and sterilize that now. All of that now back to and through each of its source and or sources, purifying the source and or sources so none of this existed ever. Yeah. People are, and I just saw a comment, people are saying that there's a lot of interference that they're experiencing. This is an all-out war, guys. Whether you're willing to admit that or not, this is an all-out war. And unfortunately, more and more people are being interfered with and manipulated and just, they're messed with. We are all being messed with. And so going back to that concept of, it's an onslaught, it's a war, it's no matter what we do. So everywhere that we have this point of view or this belief of no matter what I do, I'm still going to be under attack, because there's that too. Is this your local point of view or someone or something else's distant and foreign point of view? And it's interesting because I feel both. So what percentage of this is actually your expanded being? And again, drop in, expand out through the planet, the solar system, the universe, the multiverse, beyond the verses, and out into the infinite realms. There you go. So truth, how much of this is you, that your body and being believe that you're never going to get rid of this interference? And how much of that is someone or something else's? To me, it feels like the someone or something else is more, but there's also something about I'm never going to get rid of all of this. So I know what this is. So there's something called emotional looping projectors. Emotional looping projectors, and this is directly from Jaden Fox's work, and this was absolutely brilliant. This was looking at so when you think about constantly being under attack, what's all the fear? What's all the doubt and the self-doubt that you're never going to be able to handle any of this? And how does that bring up rage or anger, fury, hate, shame, blame, guilt, regret? What are any of those core emotions around and helplessness and hopelessness? There's something about the helplessness and hopelessness also. I might as well just give up now because I'm never going to get this cleared. And so and when you think about it, how it creates even bigger and bigger and bigger emotion. And he calls them looping emotion projectors. And so they're like these holographic projectors that project these emotions, these synthetic emotions into your body. And it's usually through your solar plexus area to keep you targeted in a looping or churning emotion that cycles around and gets bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger by building and grabbing more of those points of view. And this is why it's so important to clear those points of view and all of the energy attached to it. So it's like, oh, I doubt I can ever get this cleared. Oh, that brings up so much fear. Shit, what if I'm never going to be able to get rid of this? Oh, I'm always going to, and it's just like all that looping. So we can delete the projectors. So let's seek, find, gather, and bind all of the projectors that are telling us, you're never going to get rid of them. You're too stupid. There's no way. Don't even try. There's so many more of us than there ever will be of you. You will never, ever, ever be free. All of that, blah, 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 blah. Holy mackerel. So let's just seek, find, gather, and bind all of those emotional looping projectors. And everything below, under, intertangled and intertwined with those projectors, all the entities, demonics, creatures, coalition, amalgamation, federation, aliens, reptilians, insectoids, hybrids, beings, doings, havings, gods, demigods, semi-gods, archons, light and dark force angels, light and dark force beings that are masquerading as that false light. And everything that is under and below all of those projectors that are projecting those projectors in, on, around, and through you. Do you choose to destroy and uncreate all of this now? I do. I choose that. And let's seek, find, gather, and bind all of it. Push it out, pull it out, yank it out, rip it out, out of the solar plexus, out from underneath you. And then let's clear, transform, flash burn, purify, and sterilize this now back to and through each of the source and or sources, and then purify and flash burn the source and or sources. So none of these projectors, none of these beings ever existed, ever. Whew. And we will be working more on these looping projectors in our monthly membership program. So huge, 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 huge. Holy mackerel, we have a few more concepts, a few more comments, it looks like. Robin, go ahead.
Well, Santa's been, writing in.
Santa, you're really good at this, by the way. Thank you. I'm so glad you've joined.
We need to rescind, revoke the karma we've been taught to be concerned about.
Yeah, what if...
Karma puts us in a box which makes us helpless.
Yes, it does.
And the healer community is keeping us in a box with the fear of karma or repercussions for fighting back. And then there's the belief that we're helpless because
hopeless.
Because we can't fight back.
So so let's pull up karma onto this screen. Pull up karma onto the screen and lock it in, freeze it in. And what are all the decisions, judgments, calculations, computations, all the projections, what's everything that you have decided that karma is, that it really isn't. Holy cow. And everything that karma isn't, that it actually is. What are all the projections, expectations, rejections, separations, all the forms, structures, and significance around this? Oh my God. Yes. Hello. Whew. And all of the ways that we are being manipulated through a belief system that isn't really what we think it is. That as we begin to clear, we actually, and one of the things that Robert Detzler also said about spiritual response therapy is it literally takes you off the wheel of karma. And that's also what the quantum cell clearing process does. It takes you out of the wheel of karma because, and this work with clearing the interference also does the same thing, because when you clear the points of view, you're clearing your attachment and your connection to that old nasty paradigm of karma that is no longer serving anything, because karma is about polarity. Ooh, you do that, you're going to be in trouble. Ooh, you do this and you're building up a debit or either a debit or a deficit in the great works of the universe. What if none of that is true? What if all of that is complete and utter bullshit? Pardon my language. And what are all the fixed points of view that we have around this? Everything we're aligning and agreeing with, everything we're resisting and reacting to, everything we're defending for around karma, and everything we're defending against around karma, everything we're righteous for, and righteous against. Holy mackerel. And what is the benefit or value of hanging on to this belief system, this point of view around karma? And what is not the benefit or value of hanging on to this? And what is all of the unknowable, unseeable, unspeakable, untouchable, undetectable energies, all the unconsciousness, consciousness, subconsciousness, unconsciousness, anti-consciousness, all the energy fog, misinformation, disinformation, cloaking, Wernicke's commands, booby traps, everything covert, seen, unacknowledged, undisclosed, all the energies here. What are all the, and again, all the entities, demonics, creatures, coalitions, federation, amalgamation, aliens, all of that. Holy mackerel. And what are all the binds, double binds, triple binds, beyond binds, all the way to ad infinitum and back, all the auto installs, reinstalls, auto backups, copies of copies, all the auto copies and recopies. What are all the meta, all the technologies, dark and black meta technologies, all the pico and nanotechnologies, the magics and signatories here. Holy cow. And again, everything that we've decided that karma really, that karma means that it really doesn't. And everything that we've decided that it really doesn't mean that it actually does. Let's put it all in the pile. Everything below you, to the left, to the right, underneath you, out in front, up above, everything inside, outside, right side up, upside down, everything inverted and uninverted and everything in between. Send it all into the pile, into the containment field, and let's, do you choose to destroy and uncreate all of this? I do. Rescind, retract, recant, renounce, denounce, destroy, uncreate, retroactively make null and void all of this garbage. Let's clear, transform, flash burn, purify and sterilize it now back to and through each of its source and or sources, purifying the source and or sources so none of it existed ever. Whew. And let's bring up all of the programs that we have hooked into around karma.
Can we throw sin
Oh,
in the barrel too?
yes, throw sin in there too. Sin and karma. Ooh, sin and shame and guilt and all that original sin shit. Yep. Let's put all of that in there, because that is definitely part of this huge program. And what if all of this is that? Just a program. So bring all of these programs up around sin and shame and guilt and karma and everything that means. And then I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see all of this. And place it all in front of you. Freeze lock everything. So repeat after me. All intercessions terminate now. All intercessions exterminate now. And again, you are Jean-Luc Picard of the Starship Enterprise, and you're talking to your computer in a command. And the computer's going to do this. Actually, your infinite being is going to do this, but it's kind of like that concept. All communications terminate now. All communications exterminate now. All intercommunications terminate now. All intercommunications exterminate now. All connections terminate now. All connections exterminate now. Whew. All interconnections terminate now. All interconnections exterminate now. And this is where we take down the whole program. All programs terminate now. All programs exterminate now. And then you're going to command, I extract and claim all power sources, and I exchange and use them all to my local advantage now. And as we extract all the power sources that we've had invested in all of these programs, all of these concepts, all of these points of view, line all those power sources up in front of you. And we're going to strip out all of the energy sources and the power systems from all of those nano and pico technologies and modules. And as we claim them, they can be used to secretly exchanged and traded for anything that your body and being wants and needs. We're not going to download them yet. And here's the command. All energies and frequencies in these power sources not authentically belonging to be must be cleared, transformed, flash burned, and purified now. And then re-imprint with my authentic, expanded being's local advantage, my wants, needs, and desires, and my original light blueprint, so they permanently belong to me now. And then ask to have those power sources downloaded and reinstalled for you. As they're being downloaded, put that inalienable screen up. And any pieces, parts, or particles that aren't you, just have them filter out. Receive the energy and the power that actually belongs to you. Nice job, you guys. Awesome. And then everything remaining, and this is another command, everything remaining, I choose to destroy and uncreate all of this now clear, transform, flash burn, purify, and sterilize all the residual back to and through each of its source and or sources, purify the programs back to and its source and or sources so they never existed ever. Whew. Wow, now that got quiet. Holy cow. Okay, we looked at archives. What else is there?
Joe did write in and say, in response to that DNA clearing, that it felt a bit better.
Yay.
And progress is being made. I'm not looking for it.
Yep.
Things are improving.
Improving. Improvement is a good thing.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering also.
Step in the right direction was what he
awesome
actually said.
And Robert, I'm wondering if all of that is also a program for you. So we can work on that privately as well if you want. So just book an appointment with me, honey.
Joe.
Or, excuse me, Joe. Joe. My bad. I don't know why I insist on Robert, because I know it's not. I apologize, Joe.
And Teresa asked, what are archons or arcans?
So archons are, they're actually a form of God. It's, if you look up in Wiki and in Wikipedia, if you do a Google search on archons, they're actually ancient gods that to kind of taken over, and most of them are not very nice. So yeah, they're a form of God or something that we have made into God, and they're really not. And they generally have a very dark agenda. Let's put it that way. Okay, so what else? What else do we have, Robin?
I think that's pretty much it for the chat so far.
Okay.
What else did you have?
Wow. So, wow, what do I have? This was a big part of what I had. So, this is huge. And today we've just kind of wrapped up the energies for most of this week. I wanted to talk a little bit about my membership program and what we're going to be doing in that, because this 5 days has barely scratched the surface. When we're talking about money, income, money is so screamingly charged, and there's so much around it. In our membership program, we're going to start dedicating 2 to 3 months to several different types of subjects. What I love about this membership program is the format of this will be a little bit different. It won't be a webinar. It'll be interactive so that we can all participate together. And so it will be a little noisier than this webinar has been in some ways. But I love the interactiveness of it and how each of us can kind of popcorn style come in. It's actually more of a form of a mastermind in many ways, because as we co-create together, we're creating and clearing at a much deeper level. So I really want to encourage you all. There'll be information coming out on this next week. I can put in here in the actually what you got today in your email box about the 5th day has a reference, has a link to our program. I really encourage you to come join us, because this is how you get my personal attention, and as well as a group. You have an entire community. My intention is to have different speakers and videos and come in and share with us. Not only will we have weekly participation times, but we'll also have twice monthly kind of Q&A stuff, so that we're not just working on a specific agenda for those 2 or 3 months, but you can ask, questions that are kind of out of the agenda that we can co-create together. So there's that. So basically it's going to be about 6 calls a month. You'll get meditations, you'll get access to discounts and future programs. You get access to me, you have unlimited email access to me. And the best part is you have a community to help you grow and support you as you move forward together. So come and join me. I would love, 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 love to support you ongoing. I'm going to be doing this work anyway for me. So this is some of my personal work that you get to participate in as well, and we get to grow and evolve and get really clear together. So if you know somebody else who would be interested in this, we'll be meeting on Thursdays. I would love to find out what is a really good time for all of you. If most of you need evenings, or if mornings or afternoons work better, will you type that into the chat here and kind of give me an idea of where to go with that? It will be on Thursdays. That's the best day for me, or it could be Tuesdays or Thursdays. And I'm going to start on October 3rd, by the way. So that's coming up immediately, and that way we can have more fun together. So yeah, evenings, Eastern time. Okay. If any of you in Europe, I know that evenings Europe time means it's like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning for you, which is kind of not cool. For Australia and the Far East, it is the following day's morning, which would be a little bit better. Evening Pacific. So okay. And what we may do also is have earlier meetings at different times. Maybe we'll go back and forth and have half of them at different times of the week. So maybe, weeks 2 and 4 are at one time. I don't know, something like that. Anyway, weeks 2 and 4 are early, weeks 1 and 3 are late. And then, the Q&A calls also. So anyway, I love you guys. What else would you like? Oh, I know what we didn't do today. We were going to talk about receiving water. Everyone needs water. I'm Sahara Dusty Dry. Okay, so from this new place of clarity, from this place of empowerment, dropping in again to your authentic symbiotic biological body and the authentic symbiotic biological planet, and expand out to all of the places that we have cleared through today, out through the planet, into the solar system, out into the universe, and then bigger than the multiverse. And double that out through the beyond the verse. Out past and through all of the infinite realms. And then connect into your infinite being and your infinite being's infinite realms. And connect with the infinite planet again. And let's do some receiving. So, from this place of clarity, from this place of deeper understanding, what are all of the ways that we can now be more of what we've come here to do? Right hand on your heart, left hand over your right hand, and receive. How can we be even more empowered, more of the infinite being that we are designed to be? And receive. And what potential in our emotional, mental, physical, spiritual and financial health and well-being is now available. Receive. And what else is possible? Receive. And what breakthroughs in all the different areas of my life where I feel like I've been stymied in the past are now possible for me? And receive. What breakthroughs are now possible for you? Receive. Yes. And what fun and playful resolutions are now available and possible? Receive. And how much better can that get? And let's frequency match and expand times a funzillion. Receive. And what big or different questions can we now ask to gain and maintain even greater personal mastery in eliminating interference? Receive. And what is right about being sovereign that you haven't gotten yet? Receive. And now, what are all of the ways that you can be sovereign and completely free of interference and manipulation? Receive that information. And if you were to be completely free of interference and manipulation, who would you be? Receive. And say receive each time. And if you were to be free of interference and manipulation, what can you now create? And receive. And as you become free of interference and manipulation, what other amazing people, places, circumstances, events, and things can you draw into your life? And receive all of that. Receive. And as you are free and sovereign of interference and manipulation, what new opportunities for prosperity are available to you now? And receive. Ooh, that feels amazing. And as you are free and sovereign from all interference and manipulation throughout all areas of your life, what is now possible? What new areas and potentials and breakthroughs in your health and well-being are now available and possible? Receive. Hmm. And as you are free and sovereign from all of these energies and from all this interference and manipulation, what new supportive relationships, friends, love, acquaintances, business relationships are now available to you. Receive. So what is everything in the way of all of this receiving now? Just receive that information, and as you're receiving, just stick it in the containment field into the pile, the big blue cosmic dumpster. And repeat after me. I choose to destroy and uncreate all of that, of everything that's in the way of this. I choose to destroy and uncreate it now. Clear, transform, flash burn, purify, vaporize, out of existence, so it never existed ever. And then repeat after me. I choose all of these new energies and frequencies. Symbiotic universe, bring this to me now. And receive. And then repeat after me. I am choosing all of these new energies and frequencies. Symbiotic universe, bring all of this to me now. And finally, repeat after me. I have chosen all of these new energies and frequencies. Symbiotic universe, bring them all to me now. And receive. And just scan. If there's anything in the way of receiving this or choosing this, what is everything in the way of receiving and choosing this new experience? Do you choose to destroy and uncreate all of that? I choose that. Let's clear, transform, flash burn, purify, and sterilize all of that now, back to and through each of its source and or sources, and then purify the source and or sources so none of it ever existed ever. Holy cow, guys. Thank you for being here. Any other questions? Any other comments? I want to really tell you how much I appreciate and love each and every one of you. This has really been an extraordinary experience for me. I'm really honored to be working with you, and I hope you understand how much I truly love and appreciate you. I appreciate you being in my community. I appreciate the work that every single one of you are doing in the world. And more than anything, I absolutely appreciate you stepping into your self-mastery, because as you do, you give every other person on the planet permission to do the same thing. So continue to do your work. Come and join me next week and let's play. Let's just play. I love you dearly. Take care. Bye-bye.